Hey guys, Ethan here. If you didn't know, now you know. If you did know, now you know again. I'm gonna try to keep today's video a little bit short, to be honest, because I kind of had a long day, and I still got a long night ahead of me. I'll be honest, been on a high for the past couple weeks. Been doing really well, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and today I allowed a situation to get the best of me. There was something that occurred. I won't say what it was, but it gave me anxiety. It made me doubtful, maybe even a tad insecure again. I got over it, but I would be lying to you and to myself if I didn't say that the feelings are kind of, still lingering a little bit. There's at least a little bit of those feelings just kind of lingering around in there somewhere, reminding me of what I once felt earlier today. Of course, that's natural. It's not something I should be ashamed of, or anyone should be ashamed of experiencing. But we do need to self-regulate, right? The first step is always to look inward. I feel as though maybe not everyone is self-aware. I think it is something you can learn. And the first thing to do to practice becoming self-aware is to start looking inward. You want to start thinking of all the things that, make you do certain things or feel certain ways or react in certain ways, right? But you need to self-regulate. And to self-regulate, you need to be self-aware. But after you've achieved some form of self-awareness, I think self-regulating becomes a lot easier, because then you can kind of pinpoint exact feelings and thoughts and the reasoning behind said feelings and thoughts, and it becomes a little bit easier to be like, okay, maybe this is X, Y, and Z reason why this thought or this feeling is or isn't valid, right? You can provide yourself with proof to either support or debunk those thoughts and or feelings. And I feel like that's what everyone can benefit from practicing. When you have a negative thought, just kind of step back and try to analyze that thought for a moment. Be objective about it, not subjective, right? Like, for example, you start thinking the world would be a better place without me. I know that feeling. We've all had that feeling before. But then step back for a second, analyze that thought you just had. If you were to disappear today, would the world really be better off? No. No matter who you are, the answer is no. The world, in general, will remain exactly the same way that it was. However, your world will be heavily impacted if you were to disappear today. That goes without saying for anyone. There will be someone who will miss you, whether you want to admit it or not. There will be someone who will miss you, and their world will be impacted as well. So it might not be the whole general world that's, better off or not better off by you disappearing right now. But your world would be gone forever. There's no coming back from that. And other people's worlds would be pretty negatively impacted as well. You provide proof. Here are the people who love me. Here are the people who would probably, be distraught for a very, very long time. And you can provide the reasoning and the evidence to negate that thought and say, okay, I can acknowledge this thought that I'm having. It's incorrect though. And you can move forward. I kind of had to do that a bit today. Even though some of the thoughts that I some of the thoughts that I was having can't really be qualified. They can't really be provided evidence for. In those cases, what you just have to do is just acknowledge the thought and move on. Regardless of whether or not it's valid or invalid, you just have to acknowledge it, that it's there, and move on. Because there's nothing else you'll be able to do about it. And that's what I had to do. Some of the feelings are still lingering. I'm sure with a little bit of meditation, a little bit of prayer, it'll go away. But I thought it would be a disservice to not mention that, at least right now, I'm not doing as well as I have been the past few days, the past few weeks. It's also best not to get in your head and say, oh, I'm weak because I allowed this one little thing that happened to get me a little bit down. It happens. It's natural. We're human. We falter. Progress is never linear. But don't let it keep you down there. Get back up. Continue fighting the good fight. And remember, this isn't going to last forever. A couple of years' time, you'll probably look back and laugh at this. So just keep on getting up and trying again. Anyways, I think I'm starting to drag on a bit long. And I'm repeating myself. I know I am. So with that being said, as always, if you are feeling lonely, depressed, miserable, what have you, I know the feeling, I understand, and I am here for you. You are not alone. You are never alone. Feel free to reach me at any of the social media links in my description. I will always get back to you, no matter what time, night or day. Just reach out. And with that, see you later.